And joining us today on The Score, Esports Athletes 30th SEA Games. How does that sound? We have Gia D here, of course, and Doujin Albar. So guys, welcome to The Score. Again, Esports 30th SEA Games Athletes. How does that feel?
It's incredible. Grabe yung pressure, but at the same time, nakaka-excite din po.
Doujin?
Yung feeling is unique kasi this is the first time na ma-feature yung esports sa SEA Games po.
So everybody knows you guys now, of course, representing the country. It's a very big honor, but how did you get started in Hearthstone?
For me, I played it casually after high school, and then sumasali ako sa mga local tournaments. Then after that, I got invited to commentate actually. So my background is actually as a caster internationally. And then I started competing after I got invited to a tournament last year.
Doujin?
Actually, Tekken was the first game that has been introduced to me by my dad. And I started playing when I was 4 years old. Also,
4 years old?
Yeah. Also, my
With
dad.
parental permission, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it was my dad who taught me to play Tekken.
Wow.
Because by nature in our family, we all like games and stuff. And then I started competing when I was 12 years old. The first tournament that I attended was PGF 2012 or 20, I think. And then from there, for every extension of Tekken, there's always something to look forward to. And I from there, I loved the game and so and so.
But when did you realize that you could take it seriously? Like, when did you feel that you could?
When my dad told me that he has hope for esports here, not only for Tekken, but esports as a whole. And he told me that eventually he sees esports, the future of esports in the Philippines is bright.
And I'm assuming you're still in school.
Just finished. I'm about to graduate next year.
Now, for those who don't know, please explain what Tekken is.
Tekken is a fighting game by Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco is a gaming company that, based from Japan. And it is basically digital boxing. So yung unang mawawala ng buhay, siya yung matatalo.
Gia, Hearthstone naman.
So Hearthstone is a digital collectible card game by Blizzard Entertainment. And same with Tekken, kung sinong unang mawawalan ng buhay, siya yung talo. But it doesn't require as much reflexes and fast movements. Rather, it's about strategy and planning ahead.
So we know that he's in college, I believe, and entrepreneur, diba? You're about to graduate. But you graduated from UP, molecular biology grad ka. So, molecular biology, Hearthstone, paano pinagsama? Paano yung connection? Paano yung connection doon?
Actually, wala ata siyang connect. Siguro math na po yung pinaka-common ground nila. But, ayun, nagkataon lang po that was my course, but my real passion is with gaming.
So how did your family react? Because molecular biology, as people know, and gaming, how did they react when you started getting into yung mga games na ganito?
Actually, I think my family is very supportive and I'm really fortunate about that kasi even while I was trying to balance both in college, parang sabi nila, as long as kaya mong i-handle lahat and as long as di ka bumabagsak, okay lang. And I did get delayed a little bit, but okay lang, rad na. So,
pero kailangan nagsimula?
With Hearthstone.
With Hearthstone?
In 2014 po.
Do you remember the first time, yung first game mo? How were you with friends? Who introduced you?
I was alone and I was just introduced by a friend. Just chinat lang niya ako, Gio, may bagong game ng Blizzard and it's really popular. Why don't you try it? Kasi at that time, mahilig na ako sa mga other card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. So I started Hearthstone and then within 2 weeks, mas mataas na yung rank ko kaysa sa friend ko na nag-introduce sa akin. Sabi ko, parang may talent ako dito.
Ikaw naman, when did you notice yung mga rise sa ranks of the games?
13 to 14 years old.
13 to 14.
Kasi nag-undergo ako ng training dun sa mga players sa South. So from there, na-adapt ko yung style ng gameplay sa South. Tapos nagkaroon po kami ng condo unit dito sa North. So yung mga nakalaban ko po sa North, yun, parang nakuha ko po both styles, South and North. Tapos na-adapt ko po kung ano yung dapat na gagawin.
Now, Gia, I know that you were a caster. Doon ka nagsimula. Bakit ka nag-transition to being a pro gamer?
With casting, that was actually my first love, I would say, in esports. madaldal kasi ako. And then I really like explaining things, and I was happy to represent the Philippines and also, I guess, a minority of women casters. And then it so happened that last year may isang international tournament called WSOE. They have tournaments across different esports, but for Hearthstone, they decided they wanted to have an all-female tournament. So, nag-invite sila. The problem was, wala masyadong high-level pro players. So, pati mga streamers and casters kinuha nila. So, I got invited to that. And I don't think I was... I think I was more of an underdog going into it kasi caster nga yung background ko. But I ended up winning. So, from there, I started competing more.
Now, Doujin, we heard, of course, that your background is entrepreneurship. How do you apply the balance between being a gamer, a student, and an entrepreneur, esports athlete rather?
Actually, we had trouble convincing our school and explaining to them what esports is. But then eventually, the vice dean of our school finally understood what it means, and he told me that he will allow me to compete internationally and excuse me from my classes, my exams, but only for the condition of maintaining a certain grade. So, ayun, big help po yung binigay po nila sa akin.
Yung mga values na natutunan mo from your school, is it something that you're able to apply when it comes to your training, when it comes to playing Tekken, or is it the other way around? Na-apply mo dun sa kabila?
Vice versa po. Pareho po. Kasi sa school, na-adapt ko po dun na sa yung pagmahal mo yung passion mo, talaga magiging determinado and porsigido ka. So yun yung na-lead ako ngayon sa Tekken. Tapos sa Tekken naman po, mas natuto po mag-socialize. So sa school,
Socialize, yeah.
So sa school, yung dumami friends ko, gano'n, like kahit sa ibang course, gano'n.
So that's how you got to interact with other people. Kasi Tekken, kailangan may kasama ka, di ba?
Kasi I used to be a shy type of guy kasi, so
Di naman halata.
Character development.
yeah.
What about you, Gia? Like, has it improved any of your skills for Doujin, social skills sa kanya? Sa'yo, has it improved any of your skills with being with other people, with casting? How has it helped you?
Gaming in general, I think, has made me a lot more confident because growing up, siguro yung mga traditional na competitions is mga physical sports and that type of thing na hindi talaga ako magaling sa mga ganyan. So from LM, parang last pick ako sa whatever team, that's fine. But now I have an avenue to compete because I do like competing and show that I have a talent somewhere else. And then from school naman, I would say that nakakatulong yung data analysis from...
Data analysis?
Because science yung background ko kasi. So, and with Hearthstone, it's a game of statistics also because there's an element of luck involved. Therefore, yung mga magagaling, lumalabas sila after a larger amount of games. Wow. So, we have to look at trends and patterns to figure out what are the best cards and go from there.
So there's also a bit of my analysis talaga,
Yes.
my strategy in both these games. So aside from, of course, being a pro athlete, esports athlete, what other values or things can you get from being an esports athlete from these games?
I think number one is discipline because it really takes consistent training and being up to date with the meta, as we call it, or just the trends in whatever the next level of that game is in order to stay updated.
What about you, Doujin? I know a lot of people now are following both of you, especially you're going to be the esports representative in the SEA Games. What is your message to all of your fans who want to try to get into Tekken?
My message to all my fans is, for those who are aspiring Tekken players, just keep on playing. There was a time, 2 years straight, never ako nanalo ng any match sa kahit sinong kalaban ko. So, yun, from there, sobrang nalulungkot ako. Pero at the end of the day, kinabukasan, gusto ko ulit maglaro. So, talaga naging persigido and determinado. So, from there, yung talo nyo is, yung nakukuha nyo is experience and lesson and realizations. So, yun, never give up.